Underlight is advertised as motion-activated accent lighting. Let's check it out. I wasn't quite ready yet again, but it's okay. Underlight requires two things to work: motion and darkness. And I found that it has to be pretty dark in order for Underlight to work. That actually forced me to move it from my original location to another location. So the big question is where to put this at. We've had a couple of locations picked out. Not all of them are ideal, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this was one option in the bottom of this table. We could probably do it like that, and that would work pretty well, I think, because everything would be hidden underneath. We haven't decided if we want on this table yet or not, but that is kind of option number one. Another option we have is underneath this fireplace. This could also work, and by the way, this sensor here you can turn to adjust how you want it to point. In our case, we're going to have it probably point out like that. And then you have to just mount this box up around it somewhere. If you want it pointing out, see, this is going to be a problem because really it's supposed to mount kind of flush, but if you have the sensor point outward, you're going to have this kind of thing, which that's not so great. Maybe not a big deal, but I don't really like it that much. I like that you can string multiple lights together, and I like that they included an elbow connector so you can go around corners if you need to. If you want to go around a corner, you can kind of take this piece right here, slant it like that. So then you have a right angle. You can go around corners of a table, for example, like this. You could do it like that. That's another example. So that's kind of that's a nice feature that they include that. So after intense deliberation, we finally decided we're going to put it underneath this big mirror, because people walk by this a lot, and I think it would look nice having some accent lighting coming on and off when people are walking past it. So I'm going to try to mount it at the bottom of this mirror. I think it should work because the mirror has a flat surface underneath here. So I'm thinking it should mount to the bottom of that right there. I'm hoping it does. So that's what we're going to try to do, just like this. Easy to install. It's in place. It installed easily. Now let's see how it works. All right, now I'm going to try different lighting scenarios to see how dark it has to be for it to work. So first up, I'm going to walk past it with kind of a considerable amount of light on and see if it turns on. That's a big no. Turn that light off. Hey, when I cover that, it works. Sometimes I wish you could adjust the sensitivity of the light, because sometimes you want accent lighting when there's other lights on, and in this case, it won't work in that situation. It has to be almost dark for Underlight to turn on. We have to wait for this to go back off. We don't ever keep it that dark out here. Well, this has pretty good reviews. It's supposed to, okay, well, it should be turning off as well, and it ain't turning off. Yeah, I don't think it's been at least a minute. Or are we gonna need something that's that dark? And now it's not turning off. It's definitely been more than a minute. I think that's what's supposed to happen. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. So we're gonna have it pitch black in here. Turn off. Okay, thank you. All right, it is pitch black in here. Can you see anything? No. All right, I'm gonna walk past it right now. Let's see what happens. Hey! So apparently it has to be completely dark for it to work, which doesn't work for me in this situation because I have a little bit of light in the kitchen. So I might have to try to move this. Hopefully the adhesive hasn't set too much where I can actually take it off there. So I gotta find an even darker area where it will turn on and turn off with no light at all. So that's what I gotta find. All right, so we had to find a place in the house that was gonna be dark enough that this would actually work. So in my bathroom where the light is completely off, we have this cabinet here where we're gonna put the Underlight behind. So it's more of a behind light than an underlight. And this would be a great place because when you walk in, the motion detector can point this way and it can come on when we walk in. So I'm gonna reattach it. Fortunately, it had only been on the wall for a few minutes, so it came off pretty easily. But I think after it sits for a while, it's probably not gonna come off again. So I'm gonna reattach this and see what happens. Once again, see how that sensor is? Okay. Well, I can actually attach that easier that way. Now. All right, I think that's gonna be it. Probably can't see anything, but I'm standing right in front of the camera. Can you see anything? I'm gonna walk in the bathroom and see if it turns on. Oh, there we go. Underlight came through in the clutch in the dark bathroom. So I think this is a great place for it. It may not be underneath anything, but it provides some nice accent lighting in a place that's usually very dark. So I'm gonna keep using this and see how it goes. You can set the light to stay on for 1 or 5 minutes. Sometimes I wish you had other options because sometimes 5 minutes seems too long and sometimes 1 minute doesn't seem long enough. Underlight installs easily with double-sided tape, but choose your location wisely because in my case, I wanted to have it in my living room, but it's too light in there and the Underlight never really turned on unless it was almost completely dark, which it never is completely dark in that area of my house. I had to move Underlight to another location, which means I had to pull the sticky backing off of the wall. That degraded the tape a little bit and I had to get some 3M tape in order to keep the battery compartment in place in my new location. They say it can take months to go through a set of 3 AA batteries, and that could be the case because it's only on for a minute or 5 minutes. When I've gone through a set of AA batteries, I'll update the description and let you know how long they lasted. Underlight is available online and in stores, and I picked this up for about $15. So there you have it. I'm not sure if Underlight really works as well as accent lighting as it does as a motion activated night light. I'm happy with where it's at now, but it's disappointing that I couldn't use it in my first choice, which was accent lighting in my living room. It does work well in the bathroom that I have it in right now. If you've used Underlight, tell me what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll give you an update in a few months to let you know how it's working. Until next time, this is James White with Freakin' Reviews. Thank you.